Hello everybody and welcome to Space Engineers. I haven't done this game yet, but I've played quite a lot of it, so I decided to give a little tutorial on a miner that I use a lot when you're in space. So what I like to do is on the solar system world, you can actually start in space if you just angle straight up and start thrusting upwards with the respawn ships instead of the atmospheric lander. And you can have like a start in space, which I think is more fun. Or if you're just doing normal, like crashed redshift scenario or whatever, this will also be useful. So this is what we're going to be building today. It's a very cheap, easy, practical miner for asteroids. You can see one. It has a remote control if you want to use it for the if you want to use Ardave's auto miner script. This works very well with it, and it's got loads of extras which you don't have to have, like a camera, you don't have to have that, an extra gyro, you don't have to have that, the ejector, you don't have to have that, antenna, you don't need that, ore detector, you don't necessarily need that. So you can strip away lots of things you don't need. It's a sort of modular design really. So what I wanted to make was basically a ship that you could build that was purely, well, mostly purely functional, and that you could go on, go quite far in, and it'll keep you alive. But it's also very good for mining and very stable. But to keep it stable, I had to add quite a lot of stuff to keep it heavy. Obviously, the more you mine, the heavier it'll get, the more stable the drills will get. I'll show you what I mean by that. Turn on the drills now, you see it's wobbling. There's not a lot you can do about that, but as you mine, it does get better. This ejector here, I'll show you how to set this up, so that basically it will eject stone, but you can put it to whatever you want. If you want to eject, I don't know, iron for some reason, you can eject iron, but it's usually used for stone, especially if you're using the auto miner script, because they usually come back loaded with stone and they're not full, which they think they are, so they come back and unload thousands upon thousands of tons of stone into your refinery and clog up your whole system, which is annoying. So yeah, I've got everything I need to make this ship here in my hotbars. So we start off with this cockpit. This is the sort of, I like to think, the more industrial looking cockpit. We'll build it right next to this one. Boom. If you look on the back of this cockpit, we have these two ports which line up perfectly with the two ports on the O2H2 generator. If you're playing in survival, I recommend placing all these and then welding them up at the end. You can have a medium cargo container, which is usually enough, but if you're not playing on a multiplied inventory size, it might not be enough. But I usually play on the max inventory size. Gonna bring out the conveyor here. What you can do is use a conveyor connector junction, even like that, if you want some extra ports for small cargo containers or whatever you want really. We're gonna go, I think it was 3 out, yeah. 3 out on the sides, and install the drills, just so that you have good clearance from the front of the cockpit, so you can fit the spotlight in. Alright, so they're all like the sort of main systems. Now we're gonna add the thrusters. You don't want too many, but you want enough so it's not completely sluggish. So we have 4 forward-facing thrusters, which obviously that's what you want the most, and we'll have 2 to each side just under them. Oops. And then we're gonna have our up and down thrusters here, tucked neatly in between the conveyor and the container. Alright, so we'll do the forward-facing thrusters later. For now, we're going to move on to power. So to power this ship, I'm going for small reactors, 4 of them. You can use batteries if you want, but it'll make it a little bit more bulky, and for the auto miner script you need the profile to be in line with the drills, as you can see. How it fits very well, how it's just very slim. Because it bore mines, it goes straight through the asteroid, if you know what I mean. And it wouldn't be able to fit if it had big bits sticking out. It also just makes it less clunky. You know, you don't want to hit your batteries. I've just knocked the ship there, I do believe. Just stop that. Okay, so we were just on the reactors, weren't we? Yeah. Next, we're going to put the ore detector on. You don't have to put these on. I would definitely recommend putting on the ore detector though. Antenna you don't need, but if you're using the mining script, you will be needing it. Then we want to add, this is another optional one, but I highly recommend it. Conveyor junction, a sorter, and an ejector. Come around to the front, spotlight, and right under that thruster, make sure it's the right way around. The picture shows it the right way around. Place the remote control. So that's all the functions of all the main systems. So now we're going to do a little bit of body work. Let's put in the rear thrusters. We're going to have 3 of them. The gyros, yes, we put the gyros in as well. You don't need 2 gyros, but it does help when you're mining. Alright, so you can actually just use it like that if you want. But I think doing this makes it look a lot nicer. So what we're actually going to do is round off the build like that, sort of encase it, because when you're mining you're going to bump into things, aren't you? It's sort of like a big roll cage. It does help. And then down here, I'm just going to add a little cover for the conveyor port, which I think helps finish off the look. Then here, you can do whatever you want aesthetically. I'm just showing you what I think looks nice. Alright, and that is the ship. Let me show you how you set it up. So if you want the drills to turn on and off via a button, like you press 1, then what you should do is go to your control panel, select your drills, create a block group, and then I usually turn them off in the terminal. Press G, go to groups, and on and off. Then when you press 1, the drills will toggle. If you want to hold, go to weapons and just drag that on. Press number 2. You can click, which is what I usually prefer, but it's up to you. Then I would recommend going to blocks, spotlight, on and off, because that will get a bit annoying, and it uses power. What? Yeah, the ejector. That's what we need to set up. So, if you go to the sorter, put it on whitelist mode, and then scroll right down, add stone, and go to ejector, collect all and throw out. And I'll give you an example. We'll pop an asteroid in, and we'll go mine it. So if we turn on our spotlight here, and if we mine the stone, it should come out the side there. As you can see, the stone's being fired out. And the hole is big enough that we can get out again. Oh. Leaving a big trail of stone everywhere. So as you see now, I've got some stone. The shit, how it vibrates is a lot less. Alright, so that was the miner. I forgot the camera on the back, but I'm sure you can add that very easily. I'll show you real quick just in case you don't know. To line up the camera, you want the light in the bottom left, like that. Go on here, press G and view. I find this useful like if you're reversing when you're docking to a station or whatever. You may find it useful. Yeah, that's the simple miner. Thanks for watching, and take care of your faces, everybody.